Okay, good morning to everyone. Hello. Whether you are online or simply log in and
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good morning, sir.
good morning. So let us start. So I think last class already we have started the maximum data rate of a noiseless channel. Okay, noiseless channel. So you can check the maximum data rate of a noiseless channel. So the ideal case, okay. So if you are transmitting a signal through a noiseless channel, okay, for a finite bandwidth noiseless channel, so what is the maximum data rate we can achieve is represented by your Nyquist theorem. Okay, Nyquist theorem. So write down what is Nyquist theorem. Nyquist theorem states maximum data rate is equal to 2h, where h is your finite bandwidth. Hello, hello. Uh, hello. It is audible. ଏବେ ଠିକ ଶୁଭୁଛି? ଶୁଭୁଛି ତ? Hello. Okay. Okay. So I think due to network problem, there is a continuous problem in last week, 1 week. Okay, either whether it is your this Google Meet problem or this our. Huh? Okay, wait. ଆଉଥରେ ହେଲା ଏବେ ଶୁଭିଲା? Wait କର. Wait. Okay, please check. ଏବେ ଶୁଭିଲା ଦେଖିଲ? Hello. Okay, simply write down the in a noiseless channel. Okay, so whenever you are transmitting the data, so this data rate, okay, that is either in terms of your, you can say kbps or mbps, whatever it may be. Okay, that is bits per second. So bps. Okay, this is normally you must had about the term this kbps, mbps. That is how many bits you can send per second. Okay, through a channel. Okay, this is important factor. Okay, it depends upon the speed. Okay, so if you can say 6 mbps and 10 mbps, so if the 10 mbps normally provides good service as compared to your 6 mbps. Okay, right. So this speed is basically factor. Okay, and whenever any channel is associated with it, so the data rate is vital. Okay, so what is the maximum data rate we can transmit? Though all the channels, okay, not comes under your you can say in general. Okay, so all the channels basically is type of your noisy channel. Okay, noisy channel, but Nyquist consider a noiseless channel. Okay, and with a finite bandwidth that is equal to h. Okay, so if you consider ideal channel which is noiseless, okay, having a bandwidth h, what is the maximum data rate we can achieve? Okay, this is generally represented as your Nyquist theorem. Okay, Nyquist theorem states maximum data rate is equal to 2h, okay, log v base 2 bits per second. Okay, so maximum data rate we can say depends upon the bandwidth of the channel as well as the how many uh, bits, okay, you are reprinting each sample. Okay, how many bits you are using to represent each sample, whether it is a binary bit to represent each sample or you are using 8 bit to represent a sample, like this. Okay, so maximum data rate so is equal to 2h log 2 v bits per second. Okay, so if you consider, for example, a noiseless 3 kilohertz channel, 3 kilohertz channels means noiseless, the bandwidth of the channel is 3 kilohertz means. So if you pass any signal, okay, above 3 kilohertz, okay, simply it will suppress or it simply reject all the frequency component which is more than your 3 kilohertz. Okay, so a noiseless 3 kilohertz channel cannot transmit binary signal at a rate exceeding 6,000 bits per second. So if you put the value, what is the value of your h here? H here is your 3 kilohertz or 3,000, and binary, you are transmitting binary signals, so v value is equal to 2, so log 2 base 2 is equal to 1, so this is equal to 2 into h or 2 into 3,000 or 6,000 bits per second or 6,000 bits per second. Okay, so this is the case of your noiseless channel. Okay, so if in your question, if you get any question related to your noiseless channel, and the question is find out the maximum data rate, always you have to apply this Nyquist theorem. Okay, Nyquist theorem, that is maximum data rate for a noiseless channel of finite bandwidth h is equal to 2h log 2b bits per second. Okay, simply you have to remember this expression. Okay, right? So take another example. What is the maximum data rate in a noiseless 6 kilohertz channel transmitting 16-bit signal, suppose? Okay, so the maximum here, the bandwidth of the channel, okay, is your 6 kilohertz. Bandwidth of the channel is 6 kilohertz, and it is transmitting 6-bit signals means, so it represent each sample by 16 bit. So the v value is equal to 16. Okay, so if you calculate the maximum data rate, that is equal to 2 into h is equal to 6 or 6,000 into log to 16. Okay, what is the value? The equal to 2 to the power 4 equal to 16 or equal to 4. So that's why maximum data rate is equal to 2 into 6,000 into 4, that is equal to 48,000 bits per second, or you can say 48 kbps. Okay, it is around 48 kbps. Okay, so this way you can calculate for a noiseless channel. Okay, but if you consider almost all the channels are noisy. Okay, all the channels are noisy. Okay, so case of your ideal case. Okay, so whenever you calculate what should be the maximum data rate, so always the calculation are made, okay, both for your noiseless channel as well as your noisy channel, by considering the same factor. Okay, by considering the same factor, and the threshold or the minimum value always consider, okay, for the data transmission. Okay, always consider for your data transmission. Okay, so if you consider this noiseless channel, the always this expression is known as your Nyquist theorem. Okay, Nyquist theorem, that is equal to maximum data rate based on your Nyquist theorem is equal to 2h log 2h. Okay, so next one is important, that is you have to consider for a noisy channel. Okay, noisy channel. So far we have considered only noisiness channel. Okay, so if random noise is present, okay, the situation deteriorates, okay, rapidly, and there is always random or thermal noise present due to the motion of the molecules in the system. Okay, always whenever you are transmitting any signal, okay, it is in the form of your, suppose, uh, voltage or your current. Okay, always this is in the form of your motion of your movement of your electrons. Okay, so you can say, So always due to this motion of the electrons, okay, or you can say molecules, okay, so always there is some thermal noise present, okay, thermal noise, or this is also considered as your random noise present, okay, random noise present due to your random movement of the molecules, okay, inside any channel, okay, inside your channel, okay. So you can say, so no channel exists nowadays which is your noiseless, okay, all the channels are noisy, okay, or if you pass any signal through any channel, definitely you will deteriorate some power, okay, or you lose some information, okay, or different. So if random noise is present, the situation deteriorates rapidly, and there is always random or thermal noise present due to the motion of the molecules in the system, due to motion of the molecules in the system. Though there are different types of your noise present in a channel, okay, but Shannon, okay, in 1940 only consider this thermal noise, okay, consider only this thermal noise, or you can say this is consider this type of your random noise, and give a expression to find out what is the maximum data rate possible, okay, to maximum data rate possible, that is known as your Shannon theorem, okay, that is known as your Shannon theorem, okay, or sometimes it is also known as your Shannon Nyquist theorem, okay, because it is a modification of your Nyquist work, okay. So in 1948 Claude Shannon carried Nyquist work further and extend it to the case of channel subject to random noise, okay, subject to random noise, okay, that is thermodynamic in nature. That means due to the motion of the molecules in the channel, okay, due to the motion of the molecules of the channel, there is some heat generated or thermal noise generated, okay. So Claude Shannon carried this Nyquist work further and extend it to the case of the channel subject to random noise, okay, right. So random noise. So now the point is how to consider this noise, okay. So you are transmitting your original signal, you are sending your original signal and some noise associated with it, okay, noise associated with it. So if the noise is very less as compared to your original signal, then you can say the received signal is very good, okay, received signal is good, okay. Or if the noise proportion is around suppose 50% as compared to your original signal, okay, so you cannot know what is the actual signal is, okay, what is the actual signal is. So there is a uh, ratio you have to measure, okay, signal power to the noise power, okay, signal power to noise power, and you must have heard about the term that is SNR, okay, signal to noise ratio, signal to noise ratio. Okay, this is one of the important factors so far as your communication or your physical medium is concerned. Okay, physical medium is concerned. So if you are transmitting any signal, okay, suppose a 10-volt signal from transmitting end to the receiving end. Okay, so if it is associated with suppose 5-volt noise, okay, suppose 5 volt, this is normally calculated in terms of your power, let us take, okay, suppose it is associated with your 50% of the noise, okay, so naturally the signal to noise ratio is very less, okay. Suppose there is no noise, that means signal to noise ratio, if there is no noise, that means this signal power divided by the noise power, okay, the noise power is very less as compared to your signal power. You can say signal to noise ratio is very high, that means the received signal quality is very good, okay, received signal quality is very good, okay. Suppose signal to noise ratio is very less, that indicates the noise power is very much larger, okay, or is large, okay, as compared to your original signal power. Okay, suppose signal power is equal to 10 watt and your noise power is equal to suppose 20 watt. Okay, so what is this value? That is equal to very less, that is equal to 0. Suppose 5, okay, 0.5. Okay, signal to noise ratio is 0.5. Suppose the transmitted original signal power is equal to 10 watt, okay, and the noise power is equal to suppose 0.1 watt. Okay, so what is the signal to noise ratio? That is equal to 100. Okay, so it is unitless. Okay, as it is signal power divided by noise power, so it is unitless. Okay, so if the signal to noise ratio is high, so you can say the received signal, okay, or transmitted signal quality is good. Okay, right? So so during calculation of the what is the maximum data rate we can transmit, okay, the signal to noise ratio plays one important role. Signal to noise ratio plays an important role, and Cloud Shannon consider this signal to noise ratio during the calculation of your this maximum data rate in case of a noisy channel. Okay, in case of your noisy channel. Okay, so if you do not denote the signal power by S, write down all these value. What is signal to noise ratio? The amount of thermal noise present is measured by the ratio of signal power to the noise power, called the signal to noise ratio. Called the signal to noise ratio. And this is also the signal to noise ratio, also known as your SNR. Okay, signal to noise ratio is equal to S by N, where S is equal to signal power and where N is equal to the noise power, is also known as your signal to noise ratio or SNR. It is known as your SNR. Okay, so this is important. Okay, so SNR. So if we denote signal power by S and the noise power by N, the signal to noise ratio is S by N. Okay, signal to noise ratio is S by N, is also known as SNR. Okay, so normally, so as the signal strength is very large as compared to your noise ratio, so if you consider the signal to noise ratio, it is a very large quantity. Okay, it is very large quantity. So for analysis purpose, okay, to reduce the value of your signal to noise ratio, it is normally reprinted in terms of your dB. Okay, that is in a reprinted in terms of your logarithmic scale. Okay, it is reprinted as signal to noise ratio is very large. Okay, so to plot, okay, or to analyze or to plot or to find out a graph between your signal to noise ratio as well as some of the features associated with your communication. See, if we consider the signal to noise ratio, it is very difficult to manage as it is associated with your very large quantity. Okay, to handle this, it is normally reprinted in terms of your logarithm scale. Okay, it is reprinted
Guys,
in terms of your logarithm scale. Okay, and if you will reprint in logarithm scale, so this SNR, you can say reprinted in terms of your dB, that is your decibel. Okay, in terms of your decibel. Usually the ratio itself is not quoted, instead the quantity 10 log 10, okay, 10 log S by N base 10 is given. Okay, so simply write down, and these units are called decibel. Okay, these units are called decibel. Okay, so you must have seen any specification of any electronic equipment or like this. So this SNR, signal to noise ratio, basically reprinted in terms of your decibel. Okay, decibel. So what is the SNR in dB? Simply write down this mathematical expression. SNR in dB is equal to 10 log S by N base 10 dB. Okay, so if S by N or signal to noise ratio is known to you, signal to noise ratio is known to you, then how to reprint the signal to noise ratio in terms of your dB? That is equal to 10 log S by N base 10 dB. Okay, so this is the representation in terms of your dB. Okay, for example, uh, if the signal to noise ratio is 10, suppose the signal to noise ratio is 10, suppose the signal to noise ratio of 10. Okay, if the signal to noise S by N is equal to 10, then what is in terms of your dB? That is equal to 10 log 10. S by N is equal to 10. S by N is equal to 10. So log 10 base 10 is equal to 1. So that is equal to 10 dB. Okay, that is equal to 10 dB. 10 log, okay, 10 base 10, that is equal to simply 10 dB. So in this way, you can calculate in terms of your dB. Okay, in terms of your dB. Okay, right? So normally the manufacturers of stereo amplifier often characterize the bandwidth over which that product is linear by giving 3 dB frequency on each end. Okay, so normally this bandwidth normally represented in terms of your 3 dB frequency. That means 3 dB frequency means, so here this signal to noise ratio reduced to half. Okay, reduced to half signal to noise ratio reduced to half. So if you calculate this value using this expression, so simply remember, so this is your secondary part. So simply remember how to calculate the signal to noise ratio in dB, that is equal to 10 log. So this is the mathematical expression. This is the mathematical expression. So consider some example. Calculate the SNR in dB. If the signal to noise ratio is 100, okay. So all of you write down in your copy, okay, all this how to calculate. So calculate the SNR, SNR in dB. So signal to noise ratio of 100. Okay, if the signal to noise ratio is 100, so SNR dB is equal to 10 log 100 base 10 dB. Okay, so log 100 base 10 is equal to 2, or you can say 10 into 2, or that is equal to 20 dB, or that is equal to 20 dB. Okay, similarly, if we consider signal to noise ratio of 1000, okay, so SNR in dB is equal to 10 log 1000 base 10, or that is equal to log 1000 base 10 is equal to 3, or 10 into 3, that is equal to 30 dB. That is equal to 30 dB. So in this way, you have to calculate. Suppose in the question, so if the question is given, suppose in this form, suppose SNR is equal to 30 dB. So whenever you calculate, okay, whenever you calculate, always you have to convert this 30 dB in its normal SNR value. Okay, in normal SNR value, that is either 100 or 1000. Okay, then you have to put. Okay, so you have to check whether the expression, any expression for your communication in terms of your dB or in terms of your signal, simple signal to noise ratio. So accordingly you have to calculate. Okay, accordingly you have to find out the value and you have to convert and you have to calculate. Okay, so once SNR value is known, okay, so you can judge, okay, what is the quality of the channel or like this. Okay, so Shannon, so next write down Shannon measure result. Okay, measure result is that maximum data rate of a noisy channel. Maximum data rate of a noisy channel. Okay, this is important. Maximum data rate of a noisy channel whose bandwidth is H. Okay, hertz. Okay, whose bandwidth is H hertz, whose bandwidth is H hertz, and whose signal to noise ratio is S by N, whose signal to noise ratio, whose signal to noise ratio is S by N. Okay, so it Shannon, consider this as a noisy channel, okay, whose bandwidth is your H hertz, okay, and whose signal to noise ratio is S by N, okay, is given by this expression. Okay, is given by this expression. So write down maximum number of bits per second, maximum number of bits per second, or you can say maximum data rate of a noisy channel, or you can say maximum data rate of a noisy channel is equal to H. Okay, H log 1 plus S by N, log 1 plus S by N, okay, base 2. Okay, maximum number of bits per second, or you can say maximum data rate of a noisy channel is equal to H log 1 plus S by N. So in this case, the S by N is always in this form, that is the 100 or 1000. Okay, so if it is, if you need to calculate what is the maximum number of bits per second or maximum data rate, and if the signal to noise ratio given in the form of your dB, then you have to convert it into its normal form. Okay, then only you can calculate, then only you have to calculate. Okay, so write down this expression. So according to the Shannon, this maximum data rate of a noisy channel whose bandwidth is H and whose signal to noise ratio is S by N is given by maximum number of bits per second, maximum number of bits per second, that is equal to H log 2 1 plus S by N. So consider an example, a channel of 3000 hertz bandwidth. Okay, that means H value is equal to 3000. Okay, the H value is 3000 with a signal to thermal noise ratio, with a signal to thermal noise ratio of 3 dB. Okay, that means SN, S by N or signal to noise ratio, the S by N given in terms of your 330 dB, that is in terms of your dB, that is 30 dB. So if S by N is equal to 30 dB, okay, 30 dB, so just you have calculated. So what is the original value? Signal to noise ratio, that is equal to 1000. Okay, or you can say S by N is equal to 1000. S by N is equal to 1000. Okay, so if S by N is equal to 1000, so you can put here the H is equal to 3000 log 1 plus 1000 base 2. Okay, so if you approximate this value, okay, so log 2 to the power 10, okay, log 2 to the power 10 is equal to 1024, okay, 1024, and this value is approximately same, that is equal to 1000 to 1, okay, 1000 to 1. So you can say, so this value approximately log to 1000 to 1 is approximately same as your 10, approximately same as your 10. Okay, though it is 9 point something or like this. Okay, so this is approximately equal to 10. Okay, so 10 into 3000 is equal to 30,000 bits per second. Okay, 30,000 bits per second. Okay, so you can say, so no matter how many or how few signal level are used, and no matter how often or how infrequent samples are taken. Okay, so what is the maximum data rate of a noisy channel with this specification is equal to 30,000 bits per second. Okay, 30,000 bits per second. Okay, right. So simply write down this expression. Shannon's result were derived from information theory arguments and applies to any channel subject to thermal noise. Okay, and applies to any channel subject to thermal noise. So if any channel considering this thermal noise, okay, or any type of random noise, so this is the maximum number of bits per second, that is equal to H log 2 1 plus S by N. So this is one of the important expression. So this is the case of your noisy channel, and if we consider this noiseless channel, so this is the expression, that is maximum data rate is equal to H log 2 bit B, okay, bits per second or BPS. Okay, right. So now the question is, so whenever there is a channel, okay, whether it is your noisy channel or noiseless channel, okay, suppose whenever you are calculating, consider those noiseless channel. So normally in noiseless channel, see, the data rate we can achieve is maximum. Okay, we can achieve maximum data rate. Okay, we can achieve maximum data rate. Okay, because in case of your noiseless channel, the bandwidth is large. Okay, bandwidth is large. Okay, so whenever you have to calculate or you have to find out what is the maximum number of bits, in case whether it is in case of your noisy channel, always you have to calculate using both the expression, using your Nyquist theorem, what is the maximum bits per second, okay, and what is the maximum bits per second in case of your noisy channel. Okay, so always you have to check this number of bits per second in case of a noisy channel using this expression should not exceed, okay, should not exceed your noiseless channel. Okay, should not exceed your noiseless channel. So if this maximum data rate in noisy channel exceeds the maximum data rate in case of your noiseless channel, so always you have to consider the minimum value. Always you have to consider the minimum value. Okay, suppose in a calculation, so the question is find out the maximum number of bits per second. Okay, in case of a noisy channel, so first you have to calculate. Okay, so what is the maximum number of bits per second in case of a noisy channel? Then if the data is sufficient, so you have to calculate what is the maximum data rate in case of a noiseless channel with the same specification. Okay, so as you know, the we can achieve maximum data rate in case of your noiseless channel. So the maximum data rate of a noisy channel should not exceed, okay, should not exceed your noiseless channel. So that's why you have to always consider the minimum among these two calculation. Always you have to calculate the minimum value. Okay, or minimum value of your maximum data rate. Okay, so we will consider calculate using explain all the thing with one example. Okay, on a Turi. So write down some problem associated in what we discuss about your signal to noise ratio and maximum data rate in case of your noisy channel as well as your noiseless channel. So let us consider some example. Okay, write down one example. A noiseless 4 kilohertz channel. Write down in your copy. The question is a noiseless 4 kilohertz channel. A noiseless 4 kilohertz channel is sampled every 1 millisecond. Is sampled every 1 millisecond. Then what is the maximum data rate? Okay, sampled every 1 millisecond. So what is the maximum data rate? Okay, what is the maximum? What is the maximum? What is the maximum data rate? A noiseless 4 kilohertz channel is sampled every 1 millisecond. So what is the maximum data rate? Okay. So no other specification, that is what is the number of bits used to reprint each sample is given. So you can assume any value. Okay, you can assume any values. Okay, you can assume any value. Okay, so now calculate. So a noiseless 4 kilohertz channel is sampled every 1 millisecond, means in each 1 millisecond you are taking one sample. You are taking one sample. You are taking one sample. That means in 1 second, how many samples you can take? Okay, in 1 second. So if each sample takes 1 millisecond, so in 1 second, how many samples you can take? That is equal to 1/1 millisecond, or you can say, so you can check. Okay, so a noiseless channel can carry an arbitrary large amount of information, no matter how often it's sampled. Okay, as it is not given, so you can take any number of samples. Okay, no, or what is the number of bits, you can take any number of bits. Okay, to reprint each sample, just send a lot of data per sample. Okay, for 4 kilohertz channel, make 1000 samples per second. So as it is sampled every 1 millisecond, so what is the number of samples per second? That is equal to 1 divided by 1000, or that is equal to 1000 1 divided by 1 millisecond, that is equal to 1000 samples per second. Okay, so what is the number of samples? That is you can take per second, that is equal to 1000 samples per second. Okay, so and each sample is represented by certain bits. Okay, either with binary bits, or you can represent 4 bit or 8 bit or 16 bit or 32 bit, like this. Okay, so if you take 16 bit, okay, so if you take 16 bit for each sample, okay, then what is the number of bits per second? Okay, so 16 bit for one sample. Okay, 16 bit for one samples. That means, so for 1000 samples per second. So what is this value? That is equal to 16 bit into 1000 samples per second, or that is equal to 16,000 or 16 kbps, or that is equal to 16 kbps. So if you consider 16 bit, okay, so what is the maximum data rate? That is equal to, as the data rate is sorry, as the number of bits not given. Okay, you to reprint each sample is not given, so you have to assume it. Okay, so if each sample is 16 bit, the channel can send 16 kbps. Similarly, if each sample is 1024 bits, okay, so then what is this value? 1024 into 1000, okay, that is uh, bits per second, or if you convert in terms of your Mbps, that is 1024 into 1000, that is equal to 1024 Mbps. That is equal to 1024 Mbps. Okay, so here as you are considering here a noiseless channel, okay, so with a normal 4 or kilohertz channel, okay, sample limit would not allow this. Okay, so if you consider that is Shannon limit, that is the, you have to consider in case of your noisy channel. Okay, so as you consider a noisy channel, So the Shannon limit, that is, what is your Shannon limit? That is equal to h log 2 1 by s plus n. So if you consider it is a noisy channel, so with this specification, Shannon limit would not allow this. Okay. So similarly, if you, instead of taking this 1000 samples, okay, 1000 samples. Similarly, if you consider, suppose, take another example, if you consider, suppose, 8000 samples per second, okay, 8000 samples per second, then what is this data rate? That is equal to, and if you are considering this 1024 bits, then if you calculate 8000 into 1024 bits, okay, so instead of taking this 1000 samples per second, so if you consider, suppose, 8000 samples per second. Suppose this is another example. Okay, so if we consider 8000 samples per second, and each sample is represented by your 1024 bits, then if you multiply, okay, simply multiply and convert in terms of your Mbps, then this value will be equal to 8.2 Mbps. If the value will be equal to 8.2 Mbps. Okay, so this is a simple example. So if the bit rate, the number of bits you to reprint this sample is not given, okay, so you can arbitrarily take any value and put here, and you can calculate what is the maximum bits per second can be achieved. Okay, in case of a noiseless channel. Okay, so next question, write down another question. A television channels are 6 megahertz wide. Okay, television channels are 6 megahertz wide. Okay, 6 megahertz wide. So how many bits per second can be sent if four level digital signals are used? If four level digital signals, if four level digital signals are used. Okay, if four level digital signals are used, assume a noiseless channel. Okay, assume a noiseless channel. So in this case, it is simple. The bandwidth is given, that is equal to 6 megahertz. Okay, the bandwidth is given, that is equal to uh, bandwidth is given, that is equal to 6 megahertz. Okay, and this is a 4-bit, 4-level digital signal. Okay, that means the V is equal to 4. Okay, so if you put, so as it is a noiseless channel, so you have to apply this Nyquist theorem. So you have to apply this Nyquist theorem. Okay, so using the Nyquist theorem, what is the maximum data rate? That is equal to 2h log V base 2. So if you put all these value, that is equal to 2, then what is the bandwidth? That is equal to 6 megahertz log 4 base 2, and that is equal to, if you calculate, that is equal to 24 Mbps. That is equal to 24 Mbps. Okay, so this way you can calculate. So this is the value. Okay, so take another example. Write down in copy. If a binary signal, if a binary signal is sent, if a binary signal is sent, if a binary signal is sent over a 3 kilohertz channel, if a binary signal is sent over a 3 kilohertz channel whose signal to noise ratio, whose signal to noise ratio is 20 dB, whose signal to noise ratio is 20 dB, the signal to noise ratio is 20 dB, then what is the maximum achievable data rate? Okay, what is the maximum achievable, what is the maximum achievable data rate? Okay, what is the maximum achievable data rate? Okay, if a binary signal sent over a 3 kilo channel whose signal to noise ratio is 20 dB, what is the maximum available data rate? Okay, what is the maximum achievable data rate? So in this case, signal to noise ratio is given, that is equal to, in terms of your dB. Okay, in terms of your dB. Okay, so now you have to convert it into its original form. So 10 log 10 s by n is given, that is equal to 20 dB. So if you calculate, so what is the value of your s by n? Okay, that is equal to 100. So if this value is equal to 20, if you calculate what is the value of your s by n, so that is equal to 100. So if you first consider a case of your noisy channel, so if it is a noisy channel, so it is, so what is the using, you can use the Shannon's theorem. So what is the maximum number of bits per second? Maximum number of bits per second is equal to h into, as you know, that is log 1 plus s by n dash 2. And if you put this value, okay, that is equal to 3 kilohertz. So what is this value? That is equal to 3 kilohertz given the bandwidth, log to 1 plus 100, log to 1 plus 100. Okay, and if you calculate this value, so there is a mistake, that is equal to 6 point, not comma, that is equal to, write down maximum number of bits per second using the Shannon theorem. And Shannon's theorem applies to a noisy channel. So what is this value? That is equal to 6 point. So what is this value of your log 2? A log 101 base 2, that is equal to 6.658. And if you put the value here, so that is equal to maximum number of bits per second using Shannon's theorem is equal to, write down 19 point. Okay, that is equal to 19.975. Okay, that is equal to 19.975 kbps. So what is this value? That is equal to 19.975 kbps using your Shannon theorem, and it considered the signal to noise ratio. Okay, that is 20 dB. So this is the value. Okay, so if you consider the case of your noiseless channel, okay, with this specification, noiseless channel with the same specification. So using so you have to apply this Nyquist theorem, the first one. So maximum data rate in bits per second is equal to 2h log v base 2. So what is this value? That is equal to 2 into 3 into log 2 base 2, as this is a binary. Okay, so a binary signal, so that's why the value is equal to 2. So if you calculate, that is equal to 6 kbps, that is equal to 6 kbps. Okay, so as we already discussed, okay, so in case of your noise less channel, so you can achieve maximum data rate, you can achieve maximum data rate. Okay, so as compared to your noisy channel. So but in this case, if you are considering this noisy channel, the bits per second or achievable bits per second is more as compared to your noiseless channel. Okay, but as you know, this noiseless channel always provides maximum data rates. Okay, so that's why you have to consider the maximum data rate, which is for a noiseless channel. So the bottleneck is there for the Nyquist limit. Okay, so as we already discussed, you have to calculate the using your Shannon's theorem as well as your Nyquist theorem, and the minimum value you have to take. You have to the minimum value you have to take. So the bottleneck is there for the Nyquist limit, giving a maximum channel capacity of 6 kbps, because the minimum value here is equal to 6 kbps. Okay, and the maximum channel capacity is equal to 6 kbps. Okay, so 6 kbps. Okay, so suppose after calculation, if the maximum number of bits in case of your noisy channel, suppose is equal to 5 kbps, okay, then it's okay, because these noisy channels always provide um, low achievable data rate as compared to your noiseless channel. No problem. So you have to consider the minimum value. Okay, so the bottleneck is there for the Nyquist limit, giving a maximum channel capacity of 6 kbps. Okay, so in the next class we will come with some other examples. So all of you appear a quiz test. So this is basically a short type of question. So you have to based on your today's class, what we discussed today. Okay, so simply appear in 5 minutes. So all of you check your chat box. Okay, so and appear the quiz test. So simply calculate in your copy and write down the answer. Okay, no need to write everything here. Okay, simply is a hardly 1 to 2 line calculation. Just what we discussed today. Simply calculate in your copy. Okay, and simply write down the answer. Please appear the quiz test. Quick. So all of you check your So try to appear all the quiz, because based on this quiz test, I will take the attendance. So if you will not appear the quiz test, simply you are absent on that day. Whether this link is working or not. Whether this link of Google form is working. Okay,
Yes,
okay.
sir. What?
Okay. Okay. So what are there are three questions. All the question based on your what we discussed today. Okay, all the question are based on this today's class discussion. Simply appear on this question and leave and join your next class. ଏ କାଲି ଯୋଉ ପକେଇଥିଲ ଉଡେଇ ଦେଇଛି ଫେର ଉଡେଇ ଦେଇଛି।
Thank you, sir.